Good, Nick. How are you?
I'm good. How are
Sorry,
y'all?
we're waking up here. You've probably been awake for a while.
Can barely hear him.
Um, just to start off basic, what's the vibe like coming off a win? Know it's been a long time coming and how good had the last few days felt coming off of that high.
Um, I think coming off a win is probably pretty good, refreshing. I think win or loss, I feel like we always prepared well. We always prepared for the next team one week season. So I don't really think none of that really affected anything. I just think that one point it finally went into our favor and we got the job done.
Coach Clausen mentioned something about needing to taste the ice cream a little bit, get a reward for all that hard work. Um, when does the reward end? Like, is that Sunday when you guys reconvene as a team?
I mean, it's just a 1 week season. Whenever we focus on that next game, that's whenever we turn the page. Honestly, for me, it's kind of like that really exciting feeling right after the game, and then whenever we change and get ready to head on back, or we leave in the game, it's kind of like all right. Like my mind kind of goes into who do we play next. So it's not necessarily a 24-hour rule with me. It's kind of like about a 2 hours. So then it's like who do we play next?
Yeah, it sounds like a 24-minute rule, Nick.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Nick, through probably 5 games now, it feels like the offense has just been flipped on its head from last year. Does this feel kind of sustainable for you guys? Is this where, you guys felt like you should have been the last 2 years on offense?
Um, yeah, I think so. I think last year, a lot of things happened. A lot of those younger guys. It was first time playing, myself as well, until I got injured. But after that, there's a lot of us guys. We kind of like we're older. We know what it seems like. We know what we need to do on a daily basis, and it's like just get it done.
Speaking to that, Devo's helmet comes off during a pretty pivotal point in the game, and Uber Django comes in, not even at left tackle, but slides, I think right guard. Is that just kind of that depth you guys were been working towards this offseason?
Yeah, I think we always working on depth. Like we always rotate now. I think we have 7 guys that play around the same amount of reps. But I think since spring ball, we've always been preparing Uber to be ready and never to think that he won't be the next man up. So he got to prepare like we teach him to prepare like a starter. We said it a lot of times in our room is you need to prepare like a starter.
Nick, as you guys prepared for that final drive on Saturday, how much pressure did you all feel on the offensive line as you guys kind of realized that, this is likely to be the final drive of the game and you succeed here, you come out of Raleigh with a win?
Um, I don't know. I think in a moment we didn't like us as an offensive line. We didn't really think about it like that. It's kind of like next drive. We gotta go score next drive. Every drive matters. That was basically our mindset going into that game. Is every drive matters, and we knew that drive we got to score just like the rest of the drives. And I mean, we as an offensive line, we a really strong group, so we always like let's run the ball. And coach said we're gonna put it on y'all back and let's run the ball, and we ran the ball. And Deuce Alexander and Hank stayed in the pocket. Deuce made some really tough catches and some hard predicaments, and we basically did what we practiced all week.
How much fun is it blocking for a guy like Demond, who can kind of break one for a big gain at any time?
um, it's fun for me, just because like just watching them run. It's like I like chasing the ball, so watch him run. I'm just like, can I catch up to him and get an extra block? So he break one. It's kind of fun just watching him go. A lot of times if he breaks, then a lot of times not a lot of people gonna catch him. So
Nick, what's the feeling as an offensive lineman when you're blocking and you're pass pro and all of a sudden you see the ball out?
um, I mean, for our guys, a lot of times our receivers gonna catch contested passes. So I'm going to go run and celebrate with our receivers or pick them up off the ground to get the ball set so we can hurry up and move fast. So
I
it's
meant
kind of just
on a
like,
fumble. I meant on a
huh?
fumble because you had the recovery in the fourth quarter there.
Uh, I kind of just did what we was taught to do throughout fall camp. Coach been preaching that's gonna come up in a game situation and we're gonna need it. So I just seen the opportunity to, do what we're coached to do and took the opportunity. And it helped us out a lot in the situation.
I know Clausen tells us that there's clean and dirty fumbles for the defense, and for offensive guys as well. But for offensive linemen, is there such thing as a clean fumble where you guys can pick it up and run, or is everything just got to be falling on?
Uh, I think as offensive linemen, we're probably going to always treat it as a dirty fumble. But if we need to pick it up in a clean situation, we know what a clean situation look like. We're gonna pick it up, and me personally, I think we gonna get a lot of yards, but not a lot of people gonna think that.
I believe in you if it means anything to you.
Have any more questions?
I think we're good, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up? What's up?
It's good, Horatio. Walk us through, that third down where you kind of stumbled out of your break a little bit, but then still ended up going up over two different people. So walk us through, what you were thinking.
Coming out the HUD, I just, I knew the play. I knew the ball was coming my way. So I said to myself, like, I was made for this moment. So I just, like, when as I was reading the defense before the HUD, going through my keys and make sure what can I do to make sure that I execute this play to the best. So I came out and I stumbled. The first thing I thought of was, this is my moment. So there's no way I'm falling. So I had to get up, get my head up, locate the ball. And then the ball just sitting in the air. And I had to get it was up there for me. And it was my ball. So that's why I went up there with aggression, came down with it, and it ended up in the end zone.
Ratios, it's safe to say that's your favorite catch as a deke.
Yes. Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. I feel like that's my that's a catch that that shined a lot of light on me. It brought my attention. It got eyes on me. Got my name out there. Got the show out there. So I feel like that's my top. That's my number one catch.
Did it feel like it was a long time coming for you?
One more time.
Did it feel like it was a long time coming?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. It was much needed, much needed, much needed. I'm truly blessed to be able to get in a position to make a catch like that and be able to execute a catch like that and come down and, make headlines, get posts all around, get my name out there. So, yes, sir.
What did you think of Micah's game? Not to move the focus off you, but just temporarily. What did you think of Micah getting out there and getting his first catches and making some key catches too?
Well, I was very proud of him, very proud of him. Throughout the game, I was, just making sure I was cheering him on at the same time. Like, it was me, we're down some guys. So I know it's me and him out there at the outside. So I know for a fact, like, if I keep myself up and keep him up, cheer him on, make sure that he know that I got him, that he got me. I was very proud of Micah. I was happy for it. I probably a little more happy for him than he was for himself.
Horatio, on one of Damon's long runs, both you and Hank are kind of getting downfield, like helping him out, spring it. How much of that is, you showing the younger guys, hey, if you want to stay on the field, you got to be able to block and good things will happen for you too.
Oh yeah, I take pride in blocking. You know, just I grew up like in high school. My coach said no block, no rock. So if you didn't block first, you didn't get the ball. So I take pride in blocking. You know, blocking is your chance to be able to like get physical with a DB. I really showed them like you know it ain't just you just running around catching the ball. Like you got some toughness in you. So I take pride in blocking every time, every chance I get, and especially with Demar. I'm a block for Demar. I know if I can just get one guy, he got it. That's all him.
I think we're good, Horatio.
Okay, bet.
Evan, I mean, you got a fumble that and brought it down to the 2, but it was a lot of circumstances happening on the field. You know, what was going on through your mind through that entire situation?
Honestly, I didn't know what was happening on the other side of the field, but I was just thinking score by any means, just score.
Evan, we've heard a lot this year about communication issues on the back end. Did you feel like those were smoother and better on Saturday?
Yes, definitely. Uh, yeah, we simplified the options of like plays that we were gonna run, just to make it easier for the corners and nickels to execute their job. So yeah, it was definitely better this week.
Is the goal to keep it that way, or is the goal to now build back to what you want to be able to do back there?
The goal is to be able to use any play that we need that week. So whatever coach plan is, that's what we're gonna do this week, and we just got to make sure we keep up the communication up to par.
Evan, having been around for several camps, all of us have seen Coach Clausen coach y'all the difference between clean and dirty fumbles. How confident were you that that one was clean and you only had a couple of your own players around you? But how confident were you that you could just pick up and run as opposed to just diving on that fumble?
I saw the speed of the fumble, like how fast the ball was rolling, and it wasn't rolling pretty fast. So I was like, "It's just laying right here. I could just pick it up and just go." So yeah.
Evan, when you look at Clemson, is there much value in looking at what happened to their offense in the opener because of how good they've been in the last 4 games?
Can you say that again? I didn't hear the first part.
Is there much value in looking at Clemson against Georgia, considering that was the opener, and how good they've been offensively in most of the last 4 games?
Yeah, I think it's definitely value in looking into that game, just because you could just see how Georgia dominated them, and you could take pieces of that and add it to our defense to see the things that they did to execute their game plan.
What do you see from Clemson that's made them so good over the last 4 games?
You know, Clemson, they just do what they do. Like they have the same game plan pretty much every week. But I think their quarterback has gotten a lot more athletic, so he can use his feet more. And they added some more receivers to the team that are pretty explosive. And they also got the running back that's dominant.
Evan, you guys have played Clemson close the last 2 years now. Is there kind of a feeling like, you know, there's seemingly gonna be like an now or never in terms of getting them?
Yeah, I would say so. I could feel the energy today at practice, just how hungry the defense was. I didn't really get to see the offense, but I just saw how hungry the defense were, and how excited we are to play them. So it pretty much is a now or never, especially for me. This is my last season, so it's either now or never.
think we're good, Evan.
All right. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Evan.
Thank you, everybody.